It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Jaguars and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Jaguars in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston. And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Jameis going to look to throw right away. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 97 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows. Ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
2nd and 4. From the gun, Winston. He finds Taylor, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A first down throw for Winston. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Jameis again. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made by Adrian Phillips. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jameis to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Now the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up. Play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech. But I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
From the red zone now, Winston. And Woods has it complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Winston. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And the Colts are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed? To get down the field, it's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Going with a big fullback, Watt. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. And they'll go again with Etienne. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Brings up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
On first down, Lawrence. That's complete to Tony. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 17, Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown! Evan Ingram from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. He notched his 15th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive. And they'll look to keep it going here, first and 10. They'll start on the ground, ETN, to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They go play action with Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards. Second down. I'm ready. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Welsh.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Colts to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. First down, Winston. And that is caught on the right side. Says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, Winston.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
ETN up the middle. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
This offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. This will be caught. Judy.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Jerry Judy, 28 yards. And the Jags are an extra point away from drawing level.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Winston now to throw on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. And he's got Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Winston. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Winston. Escaping the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, get some points and feel great going into the half. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
There's nothing but pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a big play. To bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jerry Jeudy as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's got room. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Final play of the half here, Winston. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we hit the halftime break here in the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take. The first down throw for Winston. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there.
And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Winston. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jameis to throw it. Left side, he finds Pierce. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Seventh play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Winston. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. From the gun, Winston. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And it's caught. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves him all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just needed the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A handoff for Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Lawrence. He's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 14. He got 29 yards that time. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence, he'll drop this one off with Etienne. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And to throw again is Lawrence. And he's going to lose yardage here. as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Meanwhile, Winston's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Aluakan.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple of yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Lawrence to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
X3, 2-3, stop it.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 71 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run the jet sweep now for Tony. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Kadarius Toney
From 8 yards out.
And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
They turn to Taylor on fourth. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jags, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
She-Bag got me. You